So it starts off with the main character Andrew in his room making sure his camera is working, and his life is just a mess. His mom is having some health issues. His cousin Matt, who is pretty much Andrew's only friend, gives him a ride to school and leaves bro alone to eat lunch outside by himself. Even when he thought he was about to have a conversation with someone, she walked over and was like,
"Do not videotape us, please. It's really creepy."
He was even getting bullied. They took his camera and started smacking his face repeatedly and kicked his camera across the dirty floors. He wasn't even safe at home. He was there smiling, rewatching the footage, and his dad came through the door. "What you watching, little bro?" "Oh, none, just doing some homework." All this because he locked his room door earlier that morning. So yeah, his life was kinda sad. He goes to a party with Matt, but once they entered the building, Matt told Andrew to stay 15 feet away from him at all times. "But I don't know anyone here." "I said at all times, little nigga." Until he sees Andrew talking to this girl, Casey. All of a sudden, Matt wants to come around, acting nonchalant. "Yeah, this party mad lame. A philosopher once said, parties are just people's way of seeking validation. So parties are not really for me, you know what I'm saying?" While standing at a party. That was also his idea to go to, by the way. He was driving the car earlier, asking Andrew to step outside and pull up to the party with him. But once a girl comes around, he all about the stars and the meaning of the universe. He not slick. Andrew was filming this girl dancing, and some drunk dude steps in, throws liquor on the camera, and spat on him. That nasty shit. Andrew started crying outside on the grass while wiping off the lens, until Matt's friend Steve told Andrew to follow him. There's this big hole out in the open, and there was a sound coming from inside, and this is my first concern.
Come on, you guys.
I gotta know, man.
Matt, seriously, we didn't. Hey, wait, Steve!
In every single horror movie I've ever watched, whenever I see someone doing some dumb shit, like getting up to check out where the sound is coming from, I think to myself, ain't no nigga doing that. We're gone. But you're telling me that Steve is the first one to go down there? Matt follows Steve and goes in, so Andrew has no choice but to follow. Matt's his ride home. It's either this or walking home. While down there, they find this weird alien looking object, and the next thing you know, they all fall to the ground. When we see them again, the footage is in 4K. Steve looking back, he's making the same face as me. "Nah, this shit crispy." Congrats. Happy for you. Nice, bro. How much it cost? So Steve throws a ball and domes Matt in the face, left bro with the biggest bruise. So Matt wanted revenge, knocked Steve out with the meanest curveball. But when it was Andrew's turn, he managed to stop the ball with his mind. And it turns out that whatever was in the hole that night gave them telekinesis. So they started spending their days improving their power. They ended up going back to the site where it all started and see that the hole is caved in. An officer was up on the hill talking about some, "Hey, get off the property." Anyways, Andrew is behind the camera telling Matt that they should really try to test out their power, cause right now all they're doing is using it to skip rocks. Might as well take our talents elsewhere. So they decided to go prank people, scare the life out of this kid. And then it was Matt's turn. He wanted to steal the gum out the mouth of this dude in the back. Why? I don't know. But he just ended up giving the nigga a concussion. This lady parked her car and left, and Steve wanted to flex. Manages to drift the car and move it to a completely different spot. So when the lady came back, she was mad confused, finding her car somewhere else. And this is my second concern. You give 3 teenagers superpowers, and plus they're getting stronger. At least one of them gon' turn into a villain. Talking about humans like these.
They deserve to die! All of them!
And Andrew was showing the signs. They were driving home, and this dude behind them wouldn't stop honking. Steve looking at bro. I know he sees the rain. We pressed the gas too hard, it's over. So Andrew told him to hold the camera. Make sure you get this in Ultra HD. What you gonna do? Just casually pushing the car off the road. Everyone is panicking, and Andrew is just confused. I mean, he not gonna be honking no more, right? The car was flipped over in the water, and Steve was was just standing there perfectly still before taking off his jacket and belly flopping. Tried to recreate that LeBron dive-in form. He not him, and pulled the driver out the car. Matt was calling an ambulance, and Andrew wasn't about that. Trying to smack the phone out his hand, bro, snitching. After all that shit happened, they decide to set 3 rules. Rule number 1, no using their powers on living things. Rule number 2, you can't use it when you're angry. And number 3, don't use it in public. Andrew was looking at bro.
Who are you talking to right now?
Trust me, he ain't hear a word. The next day, they go out in the middle of nowhere just to look up and see Steve flying in the air, and teaches them how to do it too. They get so good at it that they're even flying through clouds. As long as they don't wear capes, they should be good. Steve got knocked out the sky, about to crash down and leave a human-shaped hole in the dirt, but Andrew caught him mid-air and even saved the camera. All of it was so crazy, they were even laying down late at night, saying that it was the best day of their lives, which is how I knew it was over. They're walking, and Matt says he has to go and flies away. So Andrew and Steve go chill on a skyscraper, where Andrew shows off the fact that he can now control the camera perfectly with his mind. He's over there getting them nice angles without even looking. But Steve gets the idea for Andrew to use his power to win a talent show. That way he can be popular too and get all the baddies. And that's what he does. Shows off in front of the crowd and goes to a party after, where he meets this girl, Monica. She saw his performance and wanted to be able to tell her grandkids that her biggest accomplishment in life was getting with a Mickey Mouse magician. Steve was mad excited for bro. Only thing that could upset him now is showing him that Fantastic Four movie he was in. But then he sees the girl rush out the room. Turns out that Andrew puked all over her, and now he isn't in the mood for laughter.
You think this is funny? No, I'm not laughing.
Get out!
And this is where my concerns come to life. Bro broke rule number 1 immediately. Started using his powers to dismember a spider. They gonna have to call me up real soon and give me that Iron Man suit. I'm ready. But his life really was messed up. His mom was in the background screaming in pain, and this man's dad was in no rush to get her meds. He was snooping around his son's room and pressed him about the fact that he has a $500 camera when his mom is sick. Even called Andrew a loser. Andrew was trying to tell him, it's fine, I only spent my money. I want to be able to have fun too. You're spending my money. Old man, I just said I'm not spending your money because I have no money.
I can't eat! I'm broke, nigga! I'm broke!
I spent all my money for your school. School?
Nigga, don't you beat your kids?
I couldn't watch no more. I had to pause and go take a walk. He's about to get sent back to the room. He flipped over the table, threw the chair out the way, and cocked back his arm so far I heard gunshots from here. He's standing over his own son like Mike Tyson and started choking him. Andrew had to push him into the wall before throwing him to the ground. Had bro's limbs twisted up in every direction, twisting and turning in pain. But after that, some evil thoughts were going through Andrew's head, to the point where Matt and Steve could feel it and were in pain too. Andrew was up in the sky, bawling his eyes out, and sees Steve slowly fly up, asking him what's going on. And Andrew is looking at that Life 360. I'm sure I turned this bitch off. How did you find me? And he explains that his nose just randomly started bleeding, and he heard Andrew's voice and somehow knew where to find him. And this is another one of my concerns. You're telling me that our powers are so connected that if one of us turn evil, I feel the repercussions too, so I'm gonna have to start moving like Naruto. Nigga, his crimes are not mine though. What they gonna do with me? Especially considering that Steve was just trying to help, and Andrew sent a lightning bolt to strike him down. They were at the funeral, and this man, Matt, had his eyes locked on Andrew. Nah, I know what you did, bro. Yeah, you go answer these questions. What happened to Steve? Huh? What you mean? He trying to act like Flight. You're telling me that a black man was alone, flying up in the middle of a thunderstorm. You think I'm stupid, Andrew? Were there snow bunnies around? No. So then why was he out there, nigga? Andrew just flew away, and the next day at school, people were making fun of the fact that he puked on that that girl. So Andrew went ahead and ripped bro's teeth out his mouth and started showing them off to the camera. So at this point, he broke all 3 rules that were set and is just going around abusing his powers. I would step in and save the day, but he just ripped the nigga's teeth out their mouth, so I'm good off that. He was so far gone, he started talking about killing insects and animals and casually obliterated the car in the background. Like I said, I'm good off that. You got it, big bro. Andrew was sitting in his room and was getting up to leave when Matt came through the window, telling Andrew that he has to respect the rules or else. Or else what? You not gonna do nothing. I'm stronger than you. Matt was not trying to take that disrespect, started moving like Drake.
Keep pushing into my routes, I might have to reroute that permanently, you understand me?
Got pushed and pushed him right back, but got his punch stopped with ease, letting go and just turning around to leave. He about to be out there like Netaro, practicing his punches every day for years. He trying to get back in that field and give Andrew that work. Andrew went out to get his mom's meds, but he was so broke so he couldn't get them, and got the idea to put on his dad's old fireman outfit and go see the local bums. That one uncle who be at the barbecue talking about his prime years. He really be motivating me for all the wrong reasons.
Religious? But you 25 asking me, nigga, like, this is shit I'm talking about, you motivate me, gang.
He pointed his finger and sent one flying and proceeded to send another one flipping before jumping up and stopping dude in his tracks and launched them off screen, all while controlling the camera at the same time to get them angles, showing off the fact that he's really robbing them, taking them doubloons. But them $40 wasn't enough, so he went to the next best option, a gas station, walked in and sent the cashier flying. Yeah, give me that bread. We rich? But you see the way the cashier hopped over the counter with the shotgun. Andrew turned around and took it away, but it set off and blew up the spot, which led to him ending up in the hospital. His dad came by crying. I'm thinking the old man realized his mistakes and is regretting them. Son, your mom is dead. She's gone. And I wasn't there for her because I was out looking for you. So I want you to apologize to me. It was all your fault.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And pointed that dirty finger one too many times. He had one eye open.
You're done.
And destroyed the whole area. Matt felt the disturbance and hopped in the car. Bro forgot that he could fly. And when he gets to the hospital and sees the scene, his girl is behind the camera on some.
Matt! What are we doing here?
We?
You could have stayed home. Andrew comes flying out the building, holding his dad's body over his shoulder and drops him. So Matt has to fly up to catch him before running back to the car and driving off. But he doesn't get far since a helicopter comes crashing down in front of him. There was even an officer trying to tell them to get away and he got snatched. Andrew was moving devious. He even picked up their car and brought them right to him, ripped off the glass and pulled Matt out the car, showing off his superiority. We may be family, but we is not the same. Matt managed to save Casey and pull her out the car and went back towards Andrew, who was up there looking crazy, neck stuck out like these. Plus, he was still filming the entire thing. That's dedication, I ain't gonna lie. Matt was trying to talk some sense into him, saying that they can fly away, start over in Italy or Colombia. But Andrew was just whispering to himself, I'm an apex predator.
Nope, don't look at me.
Turned his head and saw a whole bus heading right for him, smacking him into a building. Andrew then landed on a rooftop, getting up, holding his back like an old man, and got tackled, crashing into the road. At this point, I don't even have to mention my concerns. They're destroying the whole area, launching cars at each other, moving like the Avengers, trying to convince civilians that insurance companies will cover the fact that this is the 7th time their car was thrown by the Hulk. Andrew ended up falling down and Matt tried to save him and drag him away, but all the cops started aiming their guns at them.
No. Wait.
Andrew was behind him, getting up, and flipped over all the cop cars and chased after Matt, ending up at a different location. The cops pulled back up and Matt already knew what was about to happen. He was telling Andrew to chill, but it was too late. He stopped all the bullets mid-air and sent everyone flying back, and Andrew's powers were getting out of hand. He was destroying everything around them, and the only way for Matt to stop him was to send a spear through his back.